Climate and Energy Week, students have an opportunity to submit any new initiative or proposal they have in which Spelman can reduce its carbon footprint. Our proposal is to initiate a composting effort on campus in which we want to educate our Spelman community on the importance of composting. Over the past few years at Spelman College, there have been a lot of efforts to increase Spelman's level of sustainability. For example, there's the new residence hall on campus, the Suites. It's a LEED certified building, which means it is a green building.
What I've seen in my time being here is we've gone from using trays that we didn't necessarily need to going without trays and saving up to 150,000 gallons of water. These are the kind of initiatives that we want to keep going here in Spelman.
However, there's a lot more that can be done.
As you can imagine, on any college campus cafeteria, there's a lot of food that is wasted. That food can be put back into the environment.
So, for example, let's observe this. It seems like she still has a lot of salad and lettuce left on her plate. This green material can be composted.
Let's observe another student. Here we see she has tea bags and napkins. It turns out that tea bags and napkins can be composted as the brown material of a compost. So let's come over here and see how we're educating Spelman students. Composting is important because we're taking the items that we normally be wasting here at the college campus, and such as fruit, vegetables, tea bags, coffee filters, and eggshells, and taking those items and putting it back into the environment. Hi, we're back, and I'm here with our co-president of our environmental task force here at Spelman.
Hi, I'm Rwana Allen. I'm a junior environmental science major.
All right, so I wanted to ask you, what do you consider composting to be?
My understanding of composting is just using vegetables, fruit, those kind of things, flowers, plants, healthy ones of course, and putting them in an area and letting them break down into their organic, original forms, and then using that for soil. As you know, it's kind of a fertilizer or a way to give back to the soil.
Absolutely. And so, as you mentioned, we're taking these fruits and vegetables that we normally would be wasting and things of that sort, and we're just allowing it to go back into the environment. How do you feel like that will benefit our environment here, using that as a fertilizer and making use of our waste?
It will definitely be beneficial because those things will normally end up in a landfill or garbage, and they can be reused, and then it will make our soil healthier. So it kind of attacks two different problems: wasting food and vegetables, and then increasing the amount of garbage that we are generating, because this is a large campus, a lot of students, a lot of food, a lot of opportunities for waste, but also a lot more opportunities for saving and recycling.
We are here to interview Robert Hamilton. He is the advisor for the Sustainability Task Force here on campus. And so our first question is, do you compost at home? Do you have your own personal composting system?
Yes, I do. I have actually a fairly large composting system at home. I use compost to start seedlings, to put around the base of the trees for nourishment and whatnot. So I take a lot of my kitchen waste and shredded bills and paper products and whatnot and put that into the compost to, as a way of kind of returning a lot of nutrients back to the soil. Taking something that's already there and available and utilizing it and doing something good with it instead of throwing away all this paper garbage and a lot of the things that you dispose of in your kitchen. There's a way of just kind of utilizing that. I also am kind of a collector of grass clippings, as well as around this time of year, the fall, I collect leaves that people leave out.
So could you talk a little bit about what exactly is composting and how is it done?
Okay. Well, composting is really a biological process. It's taking materials that could be leaves, grass, any kind of organic material that does not have any kind of animal byproducts in it. And the only reason that you don't really use that is because it tends to attract vermin. But you put it in a pile and you really kind of let it rot. You mix up green, which is usually fresh type of green material, things that have a lot of nitrogen in them, and mix it with the brown, which is usually carbon-based, a lot of carbon material. You mix it up, and microbes that are in the soil and the air really attack that material and really break it down to its basic components. And once it's into this basic components, it becomes kind of fertilizer where plants kind of take that up. It's really kind of a concentrated form of what goes on in nature already.
Well, thank you very, very much.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Sure thing.
And here we have Dr. Galvo. She's an associate professor at Spelman College in the Environmental Science Department. And we're going to interview her about her own personal composting efforts. So, could you just please tell us about what is composting? What do you actually do at home? What is your system? What is your process?
Composting is a very effective way to divert garbage. And at home, I try to save that garbage to prevent it to go to the stream. Okay? And I do composting at home. And I have here one equipment. It's just a plastic, a cylinder. And this cylinder has 3 layers. And when I open the top layer, and I put after the day, at the end of the day, I put like all the scraps that I have from my kitchen, from the table, or the trimmings from fruits, everything here. And on top of this layer here, I place a little bit only of my garden trimmings and leaves, because leaves has a lot of carbon and takes longer to decompose.
Okay.
The main advantage is at home I don't need to buy fertilizers. As you know, fertilizers has a lot of phosphorus and nitrogen, and these materials go to our water resource and degrade the water resource.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you speak about how feasible or how easy it is for you to put some of your scraps from your kitchen and things
For
of
the
that sort?
everyday individual.
Yeah, I believe that's straightforward, because you know you have to carry your garbage outside your home. Instead to put in front of your house, you put on the backyard. It's feasible. It does not take you longer to do this. It's just open the container, put the scraps there, cover it, okay, and that's it. And after a while, you open the second door, and you got your soil. Your soil is there, ready to be used.
And how feasible would you say it is to maybe start this effort on campus?
I believe that maybe for the campus that produce much higher amount, they should not be used something small like that, but they should have an area, okay, a huge area where they can do this in bigger scale. But it's feasible. It's really feasible. And I don't believe it's difficult even for the Spelman student. Spelman is going green.
Yes.
To separate like plastic from scraps and in a cafeteria. I believe it's feasible, especially if you go there and train and let them know they are doing a huge contribution to the environment, and more than the environment, to the future generations.
Absolutely.
Right.
And even as it affects our generation today.
Okay.
Well, Spelman, you've heard it first, straight from Dr. Galvo. Composting is very feasible, so let's do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.